Jerry and Bob again. We're here out at another project, and what's cool about this project, if you've been watching our other videos, you see lots of framing and 2x4s everywhere. This one's a little different because it's about at the 90% mark, so you're going to see a fairly finished product here. So that's fun too to see, you know, after looking at a lot of vertical sticks going up, to look at a finished product or close to finished product. And this is a very unique neighborhood in that the style's different out here.
Very French country.
Yeah. Just fun.
Yeah, it's a much different style. You see a lot of stone, very two-story,
big lots,
half-acre lots out here. So the neighborhood's all built out. There's only 2 or 3 lots left, and none of these homes. These are all. Every home's a custom home. So this is the only spec that's ever been started in this neighborhood, and 2 years ago these were all vacant lots as well. So
every home in here is fairly new.
Yeah,
but so, all unique homes.
Yeah, very heavy stone and brick. We try to incorporate some brick.
Different roofs.
Yes, we bring more woodwork into that to kind of give it that French country feel, which you feel in different parts of the country. It's not exactly like northern Utah or exactly like back east, but it's got a lot of those elements.
And again, we talked about this a lot, but when you're speccing, you're matching the look and feel of the neighborhood. And again, we call this the market. You know the market, you understand the market. And the only way to come into a place like this and say, I'm gonna spec in there, is to learn your market. So you look at the other homes, what people want, how to match the style, and then bring a unique feel to it, a custom feel to it.
Well, if you want to turn the camera around, you'll see that most homes around here, and you could start from that home over there, which should be a little bit more of a traditional St. George style home, but you can see the amount of garages and how wide these lots are, all the way to that home, which has got heavy garages. And so that home's got more of an RV garage. So what we tried to do is reflect that on the garage here. So this is a very really deep
RV garage.
It could be an RV, a boat. We're anticipating almost all of the people who are out here have tons of toys, like boats, razors, RVs, more and more of that stuff. So so our lot line is actually right over here. We've actually got on our plans another detached 2-car garage that would go right here.
That could go there.
That would go there.
That you'll show a buyer.
Yes.
So they can see.
So you now go to a 6-car garage concept really quick because this lot is so wide. But that's what buyers want in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we try to match that. You see that home and that look over there. That home, it's a much more French style look, which is fun. And we're literally a mile away from our other project, which was
totally
a much different feel.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah. So let's try going in for the garages on this side. Coming in, normally it's fun to go through the front door, but I don't know, some painters are there messing around. So let's try.
So what would you call this garage? Because you have 2 here and then the big toy garage.
It's still a 2-car, but it's just it's a deep garage. So it's a 2-car. So you could definitely park 2 cars in here, but it's just deep.
How deep is this? Offhand, 35.
Yeah, I think 35 to 40.
So that'll fit your typical RV.
Yeah, and my goal is to get enough to where you can get a boat and ideally
a razor.
Something else in here with the boat. Yeah, but not to where it's so tight, because I really think someone's gonna park their boat in here in a little car or razor, and then they can park their 2 other cars over there.
Yeah.
And I think a buyer will definitely at some point want to build out the 2-car garage next to it. So very toy happy. This is the neighborhood where guys have tons of toys.
And what's cool about adding that additional garage on your design is you can easily say to a buyer can look at the plan, and then you can they can say, I want that, and you can say, no problem. Here's what that is. I'm glad they built that for you.
Well,
for a fee.
to give you a good example is they could easily spend about $250 in the backyard, or they could spend $50 in the backyard. It kind of depends where they want to go. The guy across the street, same square footage as this home, he's in his home for $1.2 million. We're selling this home for $850. So we're definitely appealing to more of an entry-level home.
In this
neighborhood. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Entry level. I shouldn't say entry level home. Entry level pricing.
Yeah.
So overall recap, 5,200 square feet, 4-car garage, half acre, theater room, 6 bedrooms, an extra bonus room, 5 baths.
And it could have a pool, it could have
Absolutely.
all 250 and outside.
Your typical client here is a doctor. And doctors, their income starts in the 250, 300 range here in St. George, but after like 2 years, they're up to about $500,000. Very specialized doctors. So what they like to do is as their income goes up, they go, I think I'll go do a pool now. I think I'll do a garage now. I think I'll go do this now.
Start spending money.
They want to start spending their money, but they can't quite out of the gate do it. So that's cool. That's our ideal client. And that's whenever you're doing a spec, you always want to go, who's the end buyer?
Who's my ideal buyer?
What are they?
And what's interesting is since you know that market so well here, that's one of the professions that's actually
That does in St. George. It's a high growth, younger, very family oriented. The wife is sick of living in apartments. They're sick of.
They're finally making money.
They're finally making money, and we're appealing to the white kitchen, which we'll see wood floors, open, bright. But they don't want to live in more of the home we're in either because they kind of want to get above that status. So it is a status thing. But what we don't want to do is do a pool, do the garage, price it at $1 million. Now we're kind of pushing the affordability out of the reach of that normal doctor type
Ideal
of
buyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you
get a
wanna
couple
know your
$100,000
ideal buyer.
lower and let them spend that money later.
Yeah.
So let's just cross through here. One of the big things that people really like is painted cabinets. We try to change those colors. The market is really into grays, different shades of grays and white. And so instead of having the whole house white cabinets, this is just a simple little sitting area, but people love it. They walk in. We put a lot of thought into design. You can see the color of the floors right here. Very, very light. It's a white oak.
How wide is that? That's wide.
Yeah, that's a 6-inch.
6-inch wide floors.
So throughout the whole, most of the first level, which is expensive because you're running about $8 a foot.
Yeah.
But you know, on concrete. But it's just one of those big upgrades. You see, everything's paint grade. The great thing about the market now is it shifts. Is you don't, you know, as you. This is a very ideal market for even in Phoenix and back the Midwest. Is you get these painted cabinets, but this is very reasonable tile. This is
normal tile.
$1.50, $2 a foot. But
in your laundry.
And the doors, I mean, I don't even know if these are
Solid.
These aren't even solid. They're hollow core doors, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels.
And they're what, 9?
Yeah, 8-foot doors, but it's just basic trim that's paint grade, so much more economical. But it's also the feel and look that's getting you the higher price per foot, because this is what the market, they want light tile, they want painted cabinets, and they want white trim everywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see where we did some trim upgrades, but our trim upgrades might have been $5-6 grand as the sizzle features in this home. So sizzle here is trim. Sizzle over there, on the other home was square footage, was basement. Sizzle out in Palisades is the big windows. So every little niche in the market's a little different. You can see where we're very light, off-white color. It's not white, but it's definitely just a shade of gray. And coming in, one of the things that I'll just point out real quick, this is, we did do custom closets here.
Pantry?
This is pantry.
Yeah,
This
cool.
is pantry. That was $1,000.
Yeah,
So
that's nice too.
It's very, I don't know why, but in St. George, Michigan, that would be $3 grand because the margins. If I ever want to get another business, it'd be in that business. But